Reinhard, this COP is about justice, that the global north, the rich countries, are paying more money for the poor countries in the south. Why is that important?
Yeah, overall, the whole climate policy discussion is about climate justice. And I always like to talk about responsibility rather than justice. For me, there's two aspects here. It's the carbon responsibility. The global north, the big polluters, the industrialized countries cause the issues. The global south, tropical countries, small islands are suffering. So there needs to be some transfer and support. The other one is also the moral responsibility. Those suffering the most are also those that are quite at low levels of development and need also to support to push their developmental opportunities ahead.
So 2 years ago at the COP in Egypt, the countries decided to set up a loss and damage fund on top of the money that they already promised, the 100 billion a year. How far have we come with that fund?
The issue has been discussed for 30 years, but only over the last few years we have seen action. Currently we have $850 million, which is good money, but it's not enough by far. Yeah, we need money in the triple billion digits, in a range of 100 to 900 billion US dollars. It's a big range. The numbers are a bit uncertain, but I think we're talking about billions, certainly not millions.
And this is on top of the money that countries pledge for mitigation and adaptation. So what does this sum up to?
What's needed, according to estimates by IIASA colleagues and myself, would be in the trillions, unfortunately. Mitigation, more than 600 billion needed, and then adaptation, more than 400 or about 400 needed. Leads up to a big number in the trillions, which will probably be difficult to achieve at the COP.
So what should the money be spent on?
Largely what's being discussed is it should be money that helps with relief, reconstruction and recovery after big disaster events happen. It's also important to do prevention rather than just wait for the cure. So we would also say there needs to also be some preventive aspect here, which could be better access to health services. The other aspect is loss and damage, and what the fund should cover is also about migration and creeping events and processes like sea level rise or salinization, an issue like that.
So you're saying it has to be more than emergency money. It has to be stable funding.
It has to be. It has to be stable funding on an annual basis, integrated with these other climate goals.
So what needs to come out of this COP to take loss and damage further?
First, a decision that loss and damage is part of this global climate goal. Mitigation, adaptation, loss and damage. It's not nice to have. It's not charity. It's much more support for those that need it most.